Good morning, Sunday morning here in Dublin. We're going to do a deep dive into the faults and sounds of the 70s, 1970 par 4. So we're up to M in the alphabet. So here we go. We'll start with the MC5 Back in the USA. Another album that kind of falls between two stools. This is a great album and it has the American Rules, and that's good enough for me. But it comes after Kick Out the Jams, which was an astonishing debut. Not many bands put out a live album as their debut. And after it comes High Time, which has Sister Ann on it for one thing. So MC5, second album, I won't call it quite a slump, but it doesn't live up to the other two albums. But again, it's the MC5, so it's well worth checking out and kicking out those jams. Here's an unusual band. I kind of grown to like them the older I've got. It's the Moody Blues, and it's a question of balance. The opening track, A Question, is brilliant. I mean, there's no denying the skill and talent that goes into their songwriting. The lyrics may be a bit twee and they may be a bit nice to be considered one of the great rock and roll bands, but this little run of albums here in the early 70s are really beautiful Baroque prog, I guess you could call it. People will know Mott the Hoople, vaguely will know All the Young Dudes, but before that they had 4 albums, and one of the ones here that I really loved was Mad Shadows. Now, 2 lost classics as rock anthems as far as I'm concerned is Thunderbuck Ram and Walking with a Mountain. Both astonishing songs, but the whole album is great, and it's Mott the Hoople really branching out into this Stones meets Dylan thing they were trying to create. It's a fantastic album, and if you only know All the Young Dudes or some of the latter songs, check out these early albums. One of the great American guitarists isn't talked about enough, and I'll talk about him in another reel. Leslie Westwood Mountain, Climbing. I mean, they're known for Mississippi Queen, but some of the songs in this album, it's just brilliant. And there's a gorgeous acoustic track called To My Friend, where he plays, it's just a 12-string guitar and it's beautiful, but the whole album is rocks from top to bottom. Mountain, check him out. And Corky Lang, actually one of the first American drummers to use a double bass drum. Fact fiends. Stones were between studio albums and they put out Get Your Yayas Out. It's a fantastic live album, but I always feel if it had been a double it would have been more impactful. But it's great, and look, there's old Charlie on the cover. What more do you want? The Stones. Another brilliant album this year, Santana, Abraxas. This is Santana the band rather than Santana the individual. And this is one of my favourite tracks by Santana. I hope you're feeling better. The guitar solo on it is absolutely, it will just rip you apart. It's that great. It'll melt your face, as they used to say. Santana. Unusual one here. We came across this in a charity shop years ago, and this is a reissue that I picked up. It's Ananda Shankar. I mainly bought this for his cover of Jumpin' Jack Flash, which has to be aired to be believed. It's fantastic. His other album after this, the music of Ananda Shankar, I had a club classic with the Streets of Calcutta during the acid kind of jazz phase, but this is a really cool album. Used to play this a lot on a Saturday night. Again, as we said, bands really worked in the 70s, and I've got 2 by one band. Shock and Blue, mainly known for their song Fiend. This is a home with Shock and Blue, but Nirvana covered Love Buzz, and when you actually hear the original, it's almost identical, so way ahead of their time there. And then the other album, Scorpio Rising, great album, great late 60s kind of phasing into 70s psychedelic rock. And we'll finish this one with one of the great proto-metal bands, Sir Lord Baltimore. I mean, not as heavy as Sabbath, but who was? But for American bands at the time, this was up there. It was really wild album. So if you're interested in the roots of heavy music, Sir Lord Baltimore. So that's what we're spinning today, and we'll get on to the next part of 1970 in the next reel. Until then, keep it final and keep it real. If you want to see more of this content, check out my YouTube channel, Bobo's Final Vault, at bobo.com667. Check it out. Talk to you soon.